Again here at 6 o'clock with Money Matters, as California's nonpartisan legislative analyst laid out his budget projections for the state today, and they show the Golden State transitioning away from a mega surplus to a major deficit. 17's Capitol Correspondent Eitan Wallace breaks down the numbers for you tonight and has reaction from the state's budget watchdogs.
We're talking a projected shortfall of more than $20 billion, something that could have major ramifications for the state. $25 billion. The California Nonpartisan Legislative Analyst's Office says that is the projected deficit for the state budget in the next fiscal year, set to begin in July.
The problem we are identifying is not insignificant. We do think it's manageable at this point.
Gabe Pettick is the California Nonpartisan Legislative Analyst. He says the projection is based on several factors. For one, between June and October of this year, anticipated tax revenue already came up short by about $7 billion.
Tax revenues are very sensitive to the performance of the economy.
Specifically, as the stock market loses ground, interest rates increase, and inflation stays high, California's top earners will likely rake in less money. The Department of Finance says those top earners, who usually make at least $500,000 per year, provide nearly half the income tax revenue for the state. Less money for those earners means less tax revenue for California. So what could happen next? The Legislative Analyst's Office made 3 recommendations to lawmakers. First, identify deficit reduction solutions before taking money out of California's $24 billion general reserves. Second, take inflation into account when deciding what and how much to spend. And third, pause some one-time spending projects in an effort to save money.
We just think that they need to be thinking through these dynamics.
In a statement, Assembly Speaker Anthony Rendon said his fellow Democrats and the governor have created reserves and budget resiliency in years past to help them get through a possible future budget shortfall. But Republicans disagree.
This is a real wake-up call for our state.
Vince Fong is the Assembly Budget Committee Vice Chair.
The ruling party has continued to spend and grow government without any accountability. The warnings that I have been giving is that that is not a sustainable path.
Still, the Department of Finance points out the governor has already vetoed bills he felt could lead to wasteful spending and set aside $10 billion from last year's surplus to account for future inflation.
We've made the smart decisions not to overcommit the state so that we're in a better position depending on how long this goes forward.
And we should have a better idea about the state's fiscal outlook in May when the governor submits his revised budget for the coming fiscal year. Reporting here outside the state capitol, Eitan Wallace, 17 News.